This garden at Bowie High School is dedicated to the fallen members of the Bulldog family. 19-year-old Jose Velasco Jr. deserves credit for keeping the flowers and thus the memories alive. But this plot isn't the only story for which Jose will be remembered.
Jose is just an amazing individual.
At the age of 3, Velasco was diagnosed with PPD-NOS, a form of autism, but the challenges associated with his condition did not keep him from joining the Bowie High wrestling team.
My 4 years is like a process of trial and error.
Early on, it was almost all error.
It was really painful to watch. The matches were short.
Jose lost every single match as a freshman. His parents and coaches thought he might be better off as the team's student manager rather than a competitor. In response to that proposal, Jose registered his first takedown.
He said, "You guys don't get it. I want to be a wrestler."
Velasco never missed a practice, never made an excuse, never was treated differently than his teammates.
He actually puts in more work than most guys here.
As a sophomore, Jose finally won a match.
Oh yeah, it felt like if I was invincible.
He just came and hugged his dad, who was right there.
Incredibly special. You see somebody being committed to something.
This year, as a senior, albeit on the JV, Velasco placed 3rd in the district meet.
Especially want to thank Coach Vogel for helping my coaches in my wrestling career.
He may thank me, but I thank him, and I am extremely honored to have met Jose Velasco, let alone coach him.
But Jose's influence at Bowie extends well beyond the mat. Upon noticing that the school's memorial garden was wilting, Velasco chose to install a rainwater harvesting system as his Eagle Scout project.
When he gets motivated to do something, it amazes me how dedicated he can be.
Thanks to help from his scout troop AISD and the city of Austin, Jose achieved his goal.
Down this gutter that you're looking at.
I think he's a very courageous person with a big heart.
My parents say I have a learning disability, but to me, it's no roadblock.
Velasco cemented his legacy by providing a water source for a withering garden. But watching him bloom, despite special needs, has been the most rewarding growth at Bowie High. In South Austin, Adam Winkler, KEYE TV Sports. For high school football teams, it's that time. Playoff time. Every next game could be the last game. But for Belton High football coach Bob Shipley, this weekend's second-round playoff tilt against Dallas Skyline was not the only finale he was facing.
It's been an incredible run.
Thursday, when Jackson Shipley, Bob's youngest son, takes the field against TCU, it'll be the 93rd time a Shipley plays a regular season game for the Longhorns. The 93rd time and final time.
I know for me and for my family, it's going to be a pretty sad moment.
You know that there's not going to be a number 8 running through that tunnel. It's going to be really weird, and I'm not looking forward to that time.
For nearly a decade, the Shipley name has been as much a part of UT as Big Bertha and Bevo. So burnt orange, you glad Jordan didn't forget about football in the 6th grade and stop the Longhorns' legacy before it started.
He played in the North Texas Junior PGA Championship, second round. He just fell apart, and so he told his mother on the way home, he said, I'm quitting all sports, I'm only playing golf.
I was doing it and I wanted to be the best at it. I was never going to be satisfied with anything other than that.
Football won out, and the Shipleys became a better fit at Texas than Green Jackets at Augusta. From 06 to 09, Jordan caught more passes than any Longhorn ever.
I'm still so thankful to this day that I had the chance to play there.
In 2011, a year after Jordan played his last game at UT, Jackson started his Texas career. And he's not the type to run away from the high standard his brother set. In fact, way back in 4th grade, Jackson proved that he'll run towards obstacles, and he'll do so with or without shoes on.
No shirt, no socks, no shoes. He said, I ran 3 miles around the track. I said, was it hard? He said, well, the first mile was, but after that I stopped running over the hurdles.
And Jackson pulled off quite a feat once he got to Texas. He's one of just 3 receivers in UT history to have 3 seasons with 50 or more catches. Even his big brother didn't do that. Jordan also never had the chance to have his dad on staff at Texas, like Jackson last year.
Probably the coolest year, I think, is me being able to have my dad here and being able to go in his office anytime that I wanted to.
The coolest moment that I've probably ever had in my coaching career with my sons was being able to experience the OU victory.
3 guys, 9 seasons, 84 wins, 1 last name. And for one final catch, how do the Shipleys want their legacy to be received?
Guys who go out there and compete every single play and give the fans somebody to be able to watch make consistent catches.
That we gave it everything that we possibly could have given and played as hard as we could have played.
I look at pictures of playing and laughing and hugging their coaches. And we're just blessed.
The family's time at Texas may be running out, but their 2 hands have been kind to UT. So these 2 hands should be just as kind to the Shipleys, as their Longhorns legacy withstands the test of time. Texas is home to 2 of the best baseball teams in the world, but for most of the players, it's been years since they've seen the ball hit the bat.
I went totally blind at 12.
Limited vision in the right, none in the left.
No lights, no shadows, just darkness.
But thanks to a 1-pound ball filled with old telephone parts,
pull the pin, and we got a game.
Even the visually impaired can answer the call to take part in America's pastime.
It's awesome. It's the greatest sport out there.
We got to do things a little bit different, and just because we're doing it different doesn't mean it can't be done.
The game is called beep baseball. All players, with the exception of the pitcher, who is not visually impaired, wear blindfolds so those with partial vision don't have an advantage.
You always throw it underhand, you don't throw it overhand like you would a baseball.
There are 6 defenders and only 2 bases. If the batter gets to the base, a padded cylinder that buzzes before the ball is fielded, that's a run. And unlike conventional baseball, batters try to hit pop-ups.
You don't want to do any ground balls because those are going to get scooped up pretty quick.
Sure, the game is a bit different, but if you ask the players, they are not.
I've never let my vision limit me. I've always done what I wanted to do. I control the disability. I don't let it control me.
I realized that I still have an opportunity to keep athletics and sports in my life, so it was amazing.
These 2 teams, the Austin Blackhawks and Bayou City Heat, have finished in the top 8 of the Beat Ball World Series each of the past 4 years. Call them a dynasty, just don't call them handicapped.
We do everything and anything that anybody else could do with a little modification.
They hear blind baseball and they think, everybody gets a trophy, circles around. I played 5A high school football here in the state of Texas, and this game's a lot more competitive than that.
These players may have lost their sight, but not their desire to compete. Just the sound of a beep speaks volumes for these athletes' love of the game. In Austin, Adam Winkler, KEYE TV Sports. Plenty of players hold court at Gray Rock Tennis Club, but few hold a candle to Francisca Mardones.
It's almost impossible to describe how amazing it is.
Wow. Awesome. That's all they say.
Francisca enjoys tennis because it's an individual sport, so a match is as much about you as it is your opponent.
Against your mind, or your body.
And if anyone knows the power of mind and body, it's Fran.
Strong body, strong heart.
In 1999, while working as a hotel manager in the Caribbean, Mardones got caught outside during Hurricane Lenny. As the Category 4 storm barreled down, Fran was thrown over a cliff. The accident broke her back and caused her to spend a year in the hospital. After undergoing more than 20 surgeries, Mardones' legs no longer functioned, but she held the future in her hands.
I couldn't move, I couldn't talk, I couldn't do anything. Your life will change only if you want to.
7 years ago, as she was rehabbing and adjusting to her new life, Fran was introduced to wheelchair tennis. She had never picked up a racket before.
Tennis gave me a lot of things in my life.
And now when it comes to the rules, the only difference between wheelchair tennis and able-bodied tennis is that Francisca and her competitors can have the ball bounce twice on their side rather than just once. But as we very quickly learned, usually Fran doesn't even need that second bounce.
Boom, boom, boom.
She trains with Fernando Velasco and former Wimbledon doubles champ Dennis Ralston at Gray Rock, a facility she found last year while visiting a friend.
We don't ask, we just say, Lord, thank you.
After competing for her native country in the London Paralympic Games, Fran decided to move from Chile to Austin in January in order to train full-time. She's currently number 16 in the world rankings.
If I can go 13 years ago when I had my accident, I will not change anything.
Life may have served up an unforced error, but like a true tennis pro, Fran rallied and even put her own spin on the return. At Grey Rock, Adam Winkler, KEYE TV Sports.